Michelle Kerr with It's a Life Story, and today we're finishing up our three-part tutorial series with some finishing touches. My goal with these tutorials is to bring some eye appeal to our family history research binders. You know, we work really hard to document our family history, but then comes the reality that all our lovely documentation kind of gets relegated to the shelves and their binders, only to become dusty and not enjoyed because we haven't worried about the presentation up until this point. To me, it's worth going the extra step. I want my family to be every bit as excited about their own family history. My suggestions on how to bring some life to our family history research binders are easy and pretty inexpensive. Today, we're going to add tabs that can be simply names or life story chapter titles. I always put tabs in my binders so that I can easily see the different generations within a binder. The problem is that they're kind of bland and can be very hard to read because of the font size. My idea of a beautiful tab system is to leave the tabs free of text and let the tab kind of become a source of color within the book. Let's take a look at one. In this example, the first tab is going to be the childhood years and so on until we get to the final one, that is passing 2010. If we have all the titles printed for each tab all on one page, then we can see all of the chapter titles or generation names as we look through all the tabs. I love that I can see what's all available, and if we make the current tab's font maybe in a different color or boldness, we can quickly see which one we're currently in. The first thing I'm going to do is bring up Microsoft Word so that we can put together this beautiful tab setup. Okay, so I'm using Word 2010. We're going to start with a new page and right away change the cursor to be aligned by either clicking on the icon up here at the top or clicking the paragraph link that provides a little flyout menu. And we can come here to this little menu and click right and click OK. And now we are right aligned. You can see the cursor blinking. Next, we need to go to page layout. And if we again click this little flyout thing here in the corner, if you double click on it, we're going to go to margins first. And I'd like to change my top margin, the bottom margin, and the right-hand side margin all to 0.5 so that we have a good starting point for the top and bottom divider section. So if we come over here and we can either click on this till it gets to 0.5, or we can actually highlight it and type in 0.5, and also the right-hand one, we're going to bring that down to 0.5. Okay, so before we close out of this menu, I would like to go to the Layout tab at the top here, and in the middle of this page, we're going to change the vertical alignment from top to justified. And you'll see what magic it does here in a minute. Okay. And once we've done that, we can start typing. First section up here is childhood years. It's very small. I'm showing 75% of a zoom level, so so you can kind of see what's happening here as I type in. But I have my first heading title, and I'm going to put in, if I space over a couple spaces, and then shift and my greater than, kind of gives me a nice little arrow key pointing over towards that tab. Once I hit return, it takes it all the way down to the bottom because it's evenly spacing these two titles out between my top and bottom margin. So my second one is going to be School Memory Book, space over, shift, and two greater than signs. Once I hit again, then you see I'm going to have three titles, and again it's spacing them out equally between the two margins. So you can see I've got the three on here, there's the top, spaces down to the bottom. I love this feature. So much easier than trying to figure out spacing and how many returns and everything to even things up. So I'm going to go ahead and type all these in. All right, I have all 8 of my titles typed in here. If I hit return, it's ready to type in my 9th title. I'm simply going to hit backspace, and that'll take away that extra return, and it puts me back into the correct spacing that I need. The only thing is that these are very small right now, so I need to get a little bit bigger, and also they're all in black. And I think what I'd like to do here, what kind of makes sense, is to go ahead, go back to home. We're going to change size to a 20. And then I'm also going to change the coloring to kind of a mid-gray here. What that does is that you can easily read all these titles, but when we go ahead and we make one of these stand out, we give it a different color, then that definitely brings a sense of importance to that particular title. We're also going to, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to hit select and select all because I want to go ahead and change the font on here. And again, once you kind of scroll down over there, as you can see them all changing, but you can also just hover over one and you can use your down arrow key. Once you find the one you want, just hit return and they've all changed. I'm going to go down, I like red for this to make my very first tab. My dad's favorite colors was red, so I'm going to go ahead and make his tab systems red. Okay, immediately you can see that for the first tab, this is really going to stand out, but yet I can still see what all is going to be coming up if I wanted to go to a different section. Makes it very readable, and it immediately makes it more important. So the only thing at this point that's left to do is to print this page out. And if you've signed up to become a part of my life story community, you should have my welcome gift. It's a set of borders. One is for the ancestry pedigree chart, and the other is for a border background. Once I have this printed out, all I have to do is reinsert this into the printer and print out the background border, and now I have a beautiful divider page. Of course, I would go ahead and do all 8 pages of these, print them all out with the titles, with the red colors changed on each one of the tab sections, and then put them through all at once to have the background printed on them so that you're not starting and stopping and moving over between programs. So let's see, we're almost done. I'm going to take a sheet protector now, and we're going to simply line it up with my tabs and trim the tiniest bit off the edge of the sheet protector where it lines up with the tabs. The reason that we're doing this is that if you put these tabs in between and you do have everything, all your documentation within sheet protectors, then your little tab dividers are not going to show because they're going to be hidden by each one of the sheet protectors. So the only thing I can think of around this that's quick and easy is to simply cut out tabs within the sheet protectors and simply slip the divider sections into the sheet protectors. Hopefully that makes total sense here. It will make sense if you've ever tried to use the dividers and sheet protectors at the same time because they just disappear. So finally, I'm going to add the Word document that we just finished with all the headings on it. This one, for the first one, will be childhood years, making sure to put the correct page in with the correct tab, and we're all done with the first one. The rest are really simple. We just have to adjust the color of that active heading to the correct place and print out 7 more pages, and then if you want to, go ahead and put that border on the whole group and insert them in the exact same way we did the first page. I love how it all looks together. Hey, let me know what reactions you get from your family when they see the changes that you've made. This is one step towards bringing your own family life storybooks out where they will get noticed and well-deserved attention. I do hope you stick with me as I continue to explore other ways to activate your family's interest in their own family history. And if you decide you really want to step up your game a notch, then go ahead and contact me about transforming your family history into a digital presentation that combines your documentation, photos, and stories into interactive. life story. Thank you very much.